Okay, let's unpack this. We've got a listener submission today, and it's taking us somewhere pretty intense. We're going deep inside the Heilstatt Sanatorium.
Mm-hmm.
It really blurs the lines, doesn't it, between like the building falling apart, memory, and even this idea of contagion.
Yeah, it's not your typical ghost story at all. It's more like an exploration of, well, temporal haunting, maybe.
Yeah.
The core idea seems to be that the past isn't just, dead and gone.
Yeah.
It's active. It's trying to defend itself.
Right. And our focus is on Anna. She's an architectural restorer. Her job sounds straightforward enough. Catalog and assess the structural integrity of the sanatorium's library. Simple.
Sounds simple, yeah.
Yeah.
But it immediately throws her into this bizarre conflict with the building's own past, a really personalized kind of temporal thing.
We have to talk about the setting first, though.
Yeah.
Heilstatt. It's basically a character itself in this story.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It's described as this sprawling Gothic giant, huge gray stone stuck in this forest that keeps it in constant shadow, like a bruised perpetual twilight. And inside, the smell hits you first. Mold and dead birds.
Yeah.
Just screams decay, abandonment.
Yeah, that alone sounds like half the problem. Is the idea that the place itself is causing the weirdness, or is it more about Anna? Because we learn she has this specific condition, right?
That's $1 million question. The text leans towards the latter, that the place amplifies something already in Anna. She has Alice in Wonderland Syndrome, AWS. It often hits after these really severe migraines.
I've heard of that. It messes with perception, right? Things look too big, too small, warped.
Exactly. Objects can seem to stretch or shrink or rush towards you or feel like they're pressing in, causes intense vertigo. So the stage isn't just set for some spooky sightings. It's set for her entire sense of reality to just come unglued. She's like the perfect tuning fork for this kind of reality bleed.
Okay, so she's predisposed, which leads us to the first big event. She's in the library. It's a total wreck, warped floors, peeling paint, you know the scene. She reaches out, touches this heavy old atlas. It's covered in mold, trying to move it, and boom, migraine hits hard.
And the slip, the shift in reality, it's instant and total. She gets the AWS symptoms, first ceiling pressing down, the far wall zooming away, classic vertigo stuff. But when she can focus her eyes again, the room is perfect. The decay, gone. It's all polished mahogany, warm brass lamps. The air smells clean like wax and paper. It's like she blinked and landed in the 1930s.
Wow. Just snapped back. And the restored pass isn't empty, is it? She goes out of the library.
No, not empty. She pushes the doors open, and there are people, patients, shuffling along silently in these pale blue gowns. And then there's a nurse, starched white uniform, very official looking. This is what we're calling the residue, right? This kind of collective memory playing out.
The residue, okay. And at first, they don't see her.
Right. Initially, it's like she's the ghost. The patients look right through her. They're just passive recordings almost, like a loop playing.
But the nurse.
The nurse is different. She's walking past, then she stops, turns slowly, and looks directly at Anna, makes eye contact.
Okay, creepy. But it gets worse.
Yeah, way worse. Because the nurse, she has a face, it's pale, it's formed, but where her eyes should be, there's nothing. Just smooth skin, uninterrupted.
Oh my God. Just smooth skin.
Smooth skin. It's such a chilling detail. You think of eyes as, windows to the soul, recognition, intent.
Yeah.
Removing them makes it seem impersonal, almost like a force of nature.
But she looked at her.
Exactly. That's the kicker. If it was just a passive recording, fine. But this eyeless thing turns, focuses, sees Anna. It suggests awareness. The past isn't just replaying. It's noticing the intrusions in the future. It's like it's actively rejecting her.
Okay, I would be running at that point. Anna, understandably, she stumbles back into the present, the decay. She must think she just hallucinated the absolute worst thing possible because of the AWS.
Totally. She tries to rationalize it, right? Thinks, okay, that was the peak hallucination, focus on the job. She goes back to exploring, finds the librarian's private office. And
she finds something real this time, something physical.
Yes, exactly. This is where she gets her first concrete evidence that it's not just in her head. Inside this heavy locked metal cabinet, there's an old projector, like really old, and a carousel full of glass slides, diapositives.
Okay, so artifacts, not hallucinations.
Right. She's moving from the purely subjective horror to something objective. She actually manages to get this ancient projector working, points it at a moldy wall.
And what's on the slides?
The sanatorium's history. Pictures of it when it was pristine, doctors looking serious, staff, patients, all from the 1930s.
Yeah.
And then she lands on a portrait. A single nurse.
Let me guess.
Well, initially it's a relief. This nurse, identified as Nurse Hella, she has a kind smile and eyes. Dark, clear, and kind eyes, the text says.
Oh, okay, so Anna thinks.
She thinks, oh, thank God, I just forgot the eyes.
Yeah.
You know, like the eyeless nurse was just hallucination, her migraine messing with the details. It gives her a moment of feeling grounded again, rational.
This is where it gets really interesting, isn't it?
This is where the physical reality starts to corrupt. She's looking at the projection, maybe tracing the image on the wall, and the picture itself starts to change on the slide.
The projected image changes. How?
The kind smile fades.
Yeah.
The whole expression shifts. And the eyes, the projected eyes, now described as dark pits of light, they start moving, scanning the dark library.
No way.
Yes. And then they lock onto Anna. The projected eyes find her.
Okay, that's deeply unsettling. The image itself is haunted.
That's like the entity, the residue, whatever it is, it infected the slide. It moved from Anna's perception into the physical media. And right after the eyes lock onto her, there's this high-pitched whine and pop. The projector bulb explodes.
Like a final punctuation mark. Game over.
Exactly. Confirming the madness isn't just in her head, it's transferable.
So she flees. Again, I would too. Goes back to the local inn, the guest house.
Yeah, totally traumatized. And the owner there, Herr Kraus, gives her this cryptic warning, right?
Yeah.
Don't believe your eyes. Which is not helpful at that moment.
Probably not. But the real kicker comes later. When she finds her bag.
Her satchel, yeah. It feels way too heavy. She looks inside, and there's this massive, old, leather-bound medical book. Atlas der Tuberkulosen Pathology, 1929.
Where did that come from? Did she grab it without realizing?
She must have, in the panic when the projector blew. But here's the thing. As she's holding it there, back at the inn, the book itself starts to change. The illustrations inside, these detailed medical drawings, they dissolve. They morph into screaming, eyeless faces.
The book itself is corrupted now, like the slide.
The physical object is infected. But the absolute final nail in the coffin, the proof she can't ignore, comes the next morning. She decides she has to return the book, right? Prove to herself it was just a bad night. Maybe she did just steal it in a daze.
So she takes the corrupted book back to Heilstatt.
Takes the corrupted book back, goes to the library, finds the shelf where it should belong, the P section for pathology, and there's already a copy there, an identical copy, clean, normal clinical illustrations, sitting right where it should be.
So the one in her bag.
The corrupted one in her bag is proof. She didn't just steal a book. She somehow manifested a corrupted copy or pulled a piece of the buildings. Madness, the residue. Out with her. It's not just haunting the place, it's contagious, it's transferable, physical sickness.
Wow. Okay, so the barrier between her reality and the sanatorium's past is basically gone now.
Pretty much. And the slippage, the shifts back to the 1930s, they start happening way more often. It's not just triggered by her migraines anymore. A sound, a smell, anything can snap her back.
And the residue itself, the people in the past, they're changing too.
Yeah, this is a big shift. They're not just passive recordings anymore. They're aware of her now. They see her as an intrusion, an anomaly. Some notes say they perceive her as a cold spot.
A cold spot, like a literal drop in temperature.
Seems like it. One patient apparently recoils when he brushes against her coat, hisses like he touched dry ice. The past is literally feeling her presence and reacting defensively. It's mobilizing against her.
So she's the ghost in their world.
Exactly. Which pushes her to figure out who or what is behind this resistance. She finds the office of the head physician, the Chefarzt, Dr. Vollen.
And finds his diary.
Finds a specific diary entry, September 14th, 1931. It's pinned under a glass paperweight, almost like it was left for someone. And this entry, it flips the whole narrative.
How so?
Vollen writes about intrusions too, but he's not talking about ghosts from the past. He's talking about visions of decay, of rot. Visions from Anna's time. He calls them an invasion, a temporal blight, a sickness.
Wait, so he saw her time as the haunting?
Precisely. He believed his patients, his staff, his reality were being stolen or disturbed by these phantoms of decay leaking through from the future. Anna realizes she is the blight he was fighting.
That's an incredible twist. She's the ghost haunting him.
It totally reframes everything. He even mentions Nurse Hella reporting, seeing an apparition which must have been Anna during one of her slips.
So Vollen wasn't just a passive victim of time slips. He was actively fighting back.
He was. The diary outlines his plan, his countermeasure against this blight. He called it his anchor plan. He'd modified a machine in the sub-basement, a diathermy machine.
Diathermy. Isn't that used for, like, deep heat therapy in medicine?
Usually, yes.
Yeah.
For healing. But Vollen twisted its purpose. He wrote it was modified not for the body, it is for the mind, for time itself.
Whoa! Weaponizing medical tech against time.
That was his goal. He wanted to anchor his reality, solidify 1931, make it permanent, and send them back to the rod. Push Anna's future reality away. His madness was this belief that he could literally defeat time and decay.
Okay, so Anna knows she has to find this machine, this anchor. The confrontation is coming.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
She follows the clues in the diary, heads down to the sub-basement, finds the room, and the machine is terrifying. Described as a monstrous hybrid. It's this heavy metal chair, looks like an old electroshock chair surrounded by copper coils and huge brass horns, like it's meant to broadcast something.
And as soon as she enters the room,
the shift is violent. The nasty, stagnant water on the floor just vanishes. Snap. The room is clean, humming, lit. Back in 1931, and Dr. Vollen is there, waiting for her.
He knew she was coming.
Seems like it. He immediately identifies her. You are the leak, he apparently shouts. It becomes physical very fast. He grabs her, tries to force her into the chair.
What's he trying to do?
He yells something like he wants to burn her echo out of his world. Erase her presence, her timeline's intrusion using the machine. In his rage, he screams something else at her too, something in another language.
Oh yeah, the notes mention that. What was it?
Senid olduzun yer gönderesiv, which apparently translates from Turkish as, I will send you where you belong.
Turkish. Any idea why?
No clue given in the source. Maybe a colleague, maybe something he picked up somewhere. But it shows the intensity, right? This isn't just science fiction anymore, it's personal. It's a desperate fight for his reality.
So Anna's fighting him off.
Fighting for her life. She manages to break free for a second, lunges for the control panel, and throws this big, heavy copper knife switch.
And?
Big explosion.
Not exactly an explosion, more like a massive, bone-jarring boom. Followed instantly by what's described as a shockwave of absolute silence. Like all sound, all energy just got sucked out of the room. Vollen's anchor overloaded, maybe? Released some kind of counterfrequency?
What happens to Vollen?
The effect on him is immediate. He freezes. His eyes go wide with just sheer, uncomprehending terror. His grip on Anna just vanishes. He turns transparent, starts dissolving, like ash in an updraft. Gone.
Wow. So the machine destroyed him.
It seems like it. It wiped out the anchor and the one trying to use it. And with him gone, the 1930s residue just collapses instantly. The room snaps back to decay, rot, darkness.
So Anna won. She destroyed the source of the haunting.
It certainly feels that way to her. The machine is dead, the room is rotten again, and crucially, Anna feels light. That lifelong migraine she had, the one that always preceded the AWS and the slips. It's gone. She feels cured.
She thinks she broke the connection, maybe even cured herself by destroying Vollen's influence. Exactly. She leaves Heilstatt, goes back to her life, her clean, modern apartment in Berlin, writes her report recommending full and immediate demolition, feels this huge sense of relief, like her head is finally beautifully clear. The ordeal is over.
But there's always a twist in these things, isn't there? This feels like a false ending.
It absolutely is. The relief sets up the final, really devastating moment. She's in her apartment hallway, maybe days later. She glances at a full-length mirror.
And sees?
She sees her reflection. But the reflection isn't mirroring her actions. Her reflection is still sitting at her desk in the other room, with its back to her.
Okay, that's not good. Two Annas.
Not good at all. And then the reflection slowly turns around, faces her, and it's smiling. But it's the sad, gentle, melancholy smile from the 1930s photograph, Nurse Hella's smile.
Oh, no.
The reflection has Hella's smile, Hella's kind eyes for a second.
And then, let me guess.
And then the eyes dissolve. The skin seals over. Smooth, perfect, and utterly eyeless. Just like the first time she saw the nurse in the library.
So, what does that mean? What actually happened with the machine?
It means Anna didn't destroy the residue at all. Vollen's anchor plan. It kind of worked. Just not how we wanted. When Anna overloaded the machine, it did anchor the strongest piece of the 1930s reality, the most aware part, that sentient Nurse Hella entity. But it didn't anchor it to the building anymore. The building's connection was severed. It anchored it to the only other consciousness present in that room during the blast.
It anchored it to Anna.
It anchored it to Anna. The blast didn't stop the haunting. It transferred it. She didn't defeat the contagion. She became the carrier. She's now both herself and the eyeless nurse. She carries the sickness she was trying to diagnose.
She cured her migraines by basically absorbing the core of the temporal anomaly.
Seems like it. The temporal blight didn't get destroyed. It just found a new host, a way to walk into the present day. It's the perfect, awful closure for this kind of story.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
Properly chilling. Leaves you wondering, doesn't it? If you pour yourself into understanding a place's past, it's trauma. Is it possible that sometimes the past finds a way to restore itself through you? Something to think about.